Good morning. So today is the 25th of March. It's the day after my lumpectomy and my sentinel lymph node biopsy. I'm a little bit tender, I have to say, and I'm looking glorious. I don't look as grey as what I did yesterday. They put the blue dye in which I talked about in the last video. They put the blue dye in just to double check those sentinel lymph nodes, and I've got the weirdest like blue patchy boob and blue pea. I have got it, not as bright as what I was hoping, but I think that's because I'm drinking plenty, in fairness, so it's probably a good thing. I can't remember where I was going with that. I'm a bit uncosy at the moment, a bit spacey, but yeah, yesterday the operation went very well, very straightforward. It was nice and quick. I think I was probably in theatre probably for about an hour, if that. They only had to take 2 sentinel lymph nodes out, and she says that there was nothing obvious looking with them, which again is good. Obviously they're not going to know now until all the results come back, until they are able to test everything, which I'm not sure. I think my consultant may be going on holiday, because she said it's going to be ready in about 3 to 4 weeks, which seems like a long time. Most people are only waiting about 2 weeks, so I'm guessing that she might be away or something like that, or they're just giving me the longest time, sort of like to prepare me if it is a bit longer. But either way, that's what I've been told at the moment. So the operation itself, like I say, went smoothly. I had no problems with the anaesthetic or anything. Came round absolutely fine. Was a bit shivery, but after my epidural I was really shivery as well, so there's obviously something in the drugs that they give you that just makes me get shivery. But they gave me a lovely toasty warm blanket, and eventually all was good, and I had lovely cups of tea and biscuits. But other than that, I was gone. I went in at 8 o'clock. I was the first on the list, so I actually went down to theatre to have my anaesthetic at 9. Probably by the time I was in theatre was probably about 20 past 9, actually, and under. And the operation probably started 20 past, 9, something like that. And then I was back to my bed by 10:30 and awake. And then my husband came and picked me up at 2 o'clock. So all in all, it was really, really quite smooth and straightforward and everything else. Yesterday, I had no problems whatsoever. I was a little bit tender, still very aware obviously that the anaesthetic was probably still on board, and whatever pain relief they gave me in theatre. They also gave me some paracetamol and some codeine afterwards as well, and then I made the mistake of probably leaving it a little bit too long between taking medication. And when I got up last night, oh my goodness, it's really weird. I was expecting that it was going to be and I've got layers on, so I won't show you now, but I was expecting it was going to be my wound from my sentinel node biopsy, because I'd heard about the exercises. You must do your exercises and take it gentle and everything like that. I've got full use of this arm. It doesn't hurt. I haven't pressed or prodded the actual wounds, but I can't feel it. I can't feel it pulling at all. But the one on my breast, that's a bit stingy. Yeah, it feels quite stabby, that one. I don't know. Well, I was going to say I don't know if it's a combination of the dressing pulling on the skin and the actual wound itself, but I think it's the wound itself. Dressings don't generally hurt that much. So yeah, when I was sat down yesterday, I decided not to wear a bra, because I'm quite aware. I don't know if I said this before, my breasts naturally sit together, and I was a little bit concerned about having them together, because that's where the scar is, right in between my cleavage. Obviously it's not really good to have a warm, possibly sweaty place when you're trying to heal. So yesterday I had my bra off whilst I was sat downstairs just on the sofa when I got home. I don't know if that was the best thing to do, because like I say, it was hurting last night, but it might have hurt anyway, and that's what I'm trying to say. And last night and this morning it's still hurting. I've had a bra on all night. So I think it's just one of those things. I just need to get over this period of discomfort. So I'm going to have all my regular codeine and paracetamol today, along with as much fruit as I can possibly have, so I don't let the codeine get me all constipated. Don't really want that on top. But yeah, that's where we are on the side of things. When I've taken photos of the blue boob, which actually I will be clever, try, and if this doesn't work, I apologise, but I will try and put a picture of the blue boob here. You can't see nip, it's fine. I shouldn't get banned for showing nip. But yeah, it's really interesting. And what's really interesting, especially from that medical mind point of view, I find it really fascinating because the whole reason they did it was so that the dye that they put into the breast would then be drawn up by the sentinel nodes, so that the surgeon can see clearly where the sentinel nodes are, where those first lymph nodes are, and then choose those to take away, because if any cancer cells do decide to migrate anywhere, they're going to go through those. So that's sort of like the theory behind it, I suppose. But what you can see with the blue dye is you can see the area where she injected me, which is sort of like a patch of bright blue. But then it's just amazing how amazing the human body is. You can see the track of the lymph vessels that go up to the lymph nodes. I've got some like lines around, which again, if the picture's here, you can see I've got a line around comes out the bottom and all the way around the top, back round to where the sentinel nodes are going to be, and then there's also a couple at the top as well. So it's really fascinating, and it just, yeah, the human body never ceases to amaze me of how amazing it is. Cancer or not cancer, it's still amazing. So yeah, that's where I am. I am going to get some codeine now, and going to go and get a coffee and try not to do too much. And it's really difficult because there's lots to do, but I'm going to be very good. But also make sure I don't have a DVT, so I will need to do lots of moving around as well, just gentle walking around the house. This is what's going to be the killer, is bloody not be able to do anything, being careful for a few days whilst all the other mum jobs still need doing. But anyway, that's a different story. I have my friend coming around today, so she can revert my attention from not doing anything. Right, I'm just piping on for the sake of piping on now, so I'm going to go. I will see you all later. I'll check in a few days, and if I didn't manage to get it here, then I will, I don't know if I can link it. Who knows? I'll try and get there. All right then, I will see you later. All right, you take care. Bye.